So I stopped listening to podcasts at 12:50 a.m. The one I listened to was 15 minutes on whether those companies that say they'll consolidate your debt and give you low interest payments are legit, and it turns out they're not. They're all a scam. Which is upsetting to me because when I bought this condo, I had to put $70,000 in closing costs on lines of credit and credit cards. And then at some point over the next few years, I made like over $1 million in stocks, but I didn't sell, and then it went all back down to zero. Oh, and actually, I spent a few years doing voice acting and some other stuff, and I made $70,000, and then instead of paying off the credit card debt, I put into stocks, and then I made over $1 million, but I didn't sell, and it went back to nothing, and I've still never paid back that $70,000. I could have paid off that 70 grand and my entire mortgage, but yeah, now I've still got this huge debt sitting there, so if anybody wants to lend me a big chunk of money, it would be useful for getting rid of that. Or heck, if anybody wants to lend me a low-interest loan, like if you're like the Oliver Jewelry guy or whatever, but that's probably all like mafia stuff, even though they're Jewish mafia. Even though I'm Jewish, I don't want to get involved with the Jewish mafia. All right, I'll keep paying Visa is the rest of that sentence. Anyways, I woke up, I asked Siri, what time is it? I think she said like 8:20, and I thought, well, that's not too bad, but it still wasn't like a full 8 hours, so I went back to sleep, and I was sleeping for a couple hours, and then my sleep apnea kicked in. I remember at 10 o'clock waking up like with my throat closed. It was like, I was like, ugh, and I'm like, nuts. I had just fallen asleep. I was getting all this sleep. So I went back to sleep, got up around like 12:50, and then I don't know what I've been doing. I've been watching clips of Stephen Colbert and Bill Maher, and it's like 4 o'clock now, 4:20, and if my sleep plan is supposed to take into effect, I'm supposed to turn off my phone at 9 o'clock. I have 4.5 hours now. I want to go to the gym, because I have to go to the gym to try and get into shape and also to tire myself out so I can sleep. So now, at this point, I'm not going to be done till like 6 o'clock, and then I'll have 3 hours in the day. This is a cycle. It's a vicious cycle. If I want to get actually anything done, I'll keep working past 9, but then I'm in that cycle of, I mean, am I ever even going to be able to fall asleep at 9 or 10 when I've not even done anything? God, I need to nip this in the bud. I guess what I have to do is, like, turn off things at 9, lie in bed at 9 till 10, maybe listening to a podcast or reading a book or something. 10 o'clock, lie there. Even if I can't fall asleep, lie there as long as I can, and then get up at 7 a.m. Like, maybe even 6 a.m. Can you imagine if I got up at 6 a.m. like my accountant Elliot says I should do? I'd be so productive. I would have already had 10 hours of work done by now. I gotta force my body into this. Tomorrow's Sunday. It doesn't matter if I'm tired. I need to get up early, okay? Okay, we got some serious problems. I will explain. First, I gotta return this bottle here. Okay, so what happened was I forgot to bring my own water bottle. So I found that on the desk. So who knows? Maybe I'll get sick from that. I just noticed that clicking sound. Watch this. So that's how it's letting me in through the door. I'm being observed. Sketchy. My spider sense was tingling, I guess. I bring that up because I just watched all of Spider-Man Homecoming while on the treadmill, which I wanted to watch. I was able to find it online for free, but it was an emergency situation because I went to watch Netflix. I've got 2 more episodes in Stranger Things Season 2, and the Netflix connection I was using, it's not working anymore. And I looked online, I couldn't find anything for free for Stranger Things. So if anyone wants to share their password with me, let me know, because that's what I need to keep going to the gym. I'm very upset about my lack of Netflix situation. I actually walked slowly for an hour, for the first hour, trying to find Netflix stuff, and I guess find Spider-Man, so I wasn't seriously running the whole 3 hours, but I was moving. But I got so chafed. I'm wearing my mom's shorts that she gave me again, and there's no like Lycra long part, and my inner thigh got all burned up, so I eventually, after the first couple hours, I had towels stuck down my shorts. That worked a little bit, but it wasn't a good permanent solution, so I need to get some kind of like good running shorts or something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to Google how do you avoid inner thigh burn from running. And I got a nice comment on yesterday's vlog from, I think her name is Bej, B-E-J. She can correct me if I'm wrong. I think maybe she's in the Philippines. She's a vlogger, and she says she came across this, and she really liked my vlog. The sound was a bit off, but she loved the vlog. And and she thinks it's cool that I ran into a movie shoot on the set. So I guess that was from Wednesday's video where I was coming back from the Glendon Charity Board thing. And I wrote a long comment apologizing for the sound being off. Like, I understand. As long-term viewers of the vlog know, I've been dealing with the sound being out of sync on these Instagram stories, and for a while there I was editing them in iMovie, but it just takes too long, and I haven't checked them in a while. I was hoping the sound was just fine now, but I guess it's not. And it's annoying people like Beige, and so I don't know what to do. As we've talked about, maybe I should just film a little 2-minute video, like an actual video every day, just sort of talking about stuff, and that can be my vlog. You don't need like little clips from all day, I guess. Because as much as I've figured out how to make Instagram vlogs or Instagram stories into a vlog tool, it's just not designed for sort of long things like this. I gotta flip it, and I guess the sound moves somewhere, and it's like, so I apologize. And now I just gotta figure out what to do with the rest of the day. It's like 8 o'clock. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, I'm meeting Stephanie, who I met on Bumble Biz, I guess. She's like, she has a web series about bisexual dating, so we're gonna meet to talk about that. Well, we're not going to talk about that, but we're going to brainstorm about what we could do together. And then at 4 o'clock, I'm going to meet with my accountant and finally get my 2016 taxes done. So I have real things to do tomorrow. So, I just got to maybe go eat now. Oh, and I should say, yeah, Spider-Man was pretty good. And anybody who knows me knows that I've loved Spider-Man ever since I was a kid. I've got boxes of my old comics there. I've had posters that I stupidly gave away to Goodwill. All my old Spider-Man posters. And Sarah, the first girl I ever kissed, you can watch a video on my YouTube that I shot a few years ago about that, but she used to call me Spidey, and I called her Cat, because Black Cat was Spider-Man's girlfriend. And when she'd leave me notes, she'd draw a little Spider-Man face for me and a little cat for her. And I think probably she was supposed to be my Mary Jane, well, my Black Cat, actually. Although I guess, does Spider-Man not wind up with Black Cat because she's just too cool for him? So maybe that is actually how my life went. Man. Anyway, so I've been dressing as Spider-Man every year for Halloween. I've got a red shirt that I drew webs on and a little red hat I drew webs on, and every year for Halloween I pull that out. I guess it's probably too late for me to play Spider-Man in a movie, but I'm a hero in my own life, right? Oh, and some girl on Instagram was just posting being at a birthday party in Kensington Market for this girl. I love Kensington Market. I love apartments. Like, it was a big apartment. Anyways, reminded me that it's my birthday next Sunday, so if anybody has any ideas. My parents texted that I'm invited to visit them at some point before my birthday, so I haven't arranged that. They're in Ottawa, so I guess I should go and do that at some point, but I haven't had a birthday party for like 4 years. I don't know. If anybody has any ideas for what I should do, let me know. All right, I just had a shower, and here's the plan. I was originally planning, okay, I'm going to go to Shoppers, get some food, or maybe go get a slice of pizza, do all this stuff after I shower. I had my clothes in there with me. Then I realized, no, here's what works best for me. I learned that in terms of time management, what works best is when I'm aiming to do 2 things, and then at the last second, I remove the middle thing, and I just go right to the last thing, which then gets me enough time to do that thing. So, I'm going to remove anything in the middle. I might defrost some fruit, have a little bit of food. Crystal just messaged saying it's really good if you scramble eggs, chicken, onion, rice, and soy sauce, but I don't have any eggs, but that would be a good idea. And I've just put my phone on the night mode to reduce blue light, and I want to go to my computer and start working on my resume and everything, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do my plan where everything's off by 9. See, I'm not even looking at the screen here. I'm trying to avoid light pollution. And then I'll just shut off the light by 10, and I'm going to jolt my system. And maybe imagine, like, if I started waking up at 6 or 7 at the latest, but imagine at 6 and I could be done the gym and everything by 8 and working the full life of a full morning of work. Like about an hour ago, I got followed by Candace Nelson on Instagram, and she's got a little verified check mark. Apparently she founded Cupcake Wars, and she's a best-selling book author on cooking. And she has like over 30,000 followers, and she's only following 1,000 people, and she just followed me. I don't know why, but that's a reminder that, hey, I got to play in the big leagues. Like, I've interviewed huge celebrities, and like, for example, in the shower, I remembered I interviewed James Franco. I just remembered, and then while I was thinking about that, I'm like, oh my God, he's friends with Seth Rogen. I could have asked James Franco when I was interviewing him, hey, could you tell Seth Rogen that when I didn't talk to him in the street when he was shooting on the street. It's so hard to tell these stories on Instagram story because I can only do 15 seconds time. Anyways, it's a long story, but if you look at my YouTube, there's a clip of me asking Seth Rogen a question via video on CNN about that. Anyways, I'm it showed me. I never thought I'd be able to reach Seth Rogen to ask him a question, but I actually do celebrity interviews. Like, I have these kind of connections now. So this is the level I need to play in. When I was watching a Tai Lopez video yesterday, he was saying, he was asking people, how many people who are at the financial level you want to be at in 20 years, how many people like that have you hung out with this week? And everybody's like, like, not a lot. And that's the thing, right? You got to hang out. You got to somehow hang out with people who are at the level you want to be at. So that's the game I need to play. And if I want to be successful and be doing my celebrity stuff and my podcasts, like I still have to get up that podcast that I recorded last week. I got to be going to sleep on time and being an efficient machine and not letting my whole life get sucked up by going to bed too late because of whatever I'm YouTubing or like watching videos and then sleeping all day. No more. So, good night. Gonna be in bed by 10, gonna pop 2 melatonins, and then hopefully I'll be up early and we'll see how tomorrow goes. This is like the earliest I've probably ever gone to bed in my life when I wasn't sick. So, it's new Josh, just in time for my birthday next week. Okay.